Hello, and welcome to the Alpha Male Podcast, the podcast where we talk about what it means to be an alpha male the right way, in the image of God, strong and dominant, in control. We don't apologize for it. Going to try something new, something different. I think part of being an alpha male is independent thought, and maybe not doing podcasts the way that everybody else does podcasts. So instead of full-length episode, I'm going to try something here. I'm going to call it rapid fire or quick draw or something like that. But just short episodes, not to replace the more standard episodes that we do, but to supplement them. Maybe you listen to a full-length one on the way to work. Maybe you listen to a short one on the way home or at night while you're doing whatever you're doing, getting ready for the next day. So I'll do a quick bio. I'll probably do different ones just off the cuff. I may forget or leave out things one time and mention them another time. But hopefully what I never forget is, first and foremost, I'm a Christian, a servant of God and a follower of Jesus Christ. That is number one in everything that I do. Marine Corps combat veteran, urban warfare instructor for the Marine Corps, also served in the U.S. Army. I was also LAPD, worked regular assignments and more specialized assignments. I've been a private contractor for a 3-letter government agency I won't specify. The commander of a tactical team where our primary job was to stop active shooters. Been blessed to be a state rifle and pistol champion a few times over. Been a professional big game hunter and guide. Blessed be the Lord my rock, who trains my hands for war and my fingers for battle. Today's short episode, today's rapid fire episode, is going to be on a knife. I have many knives. I suggest every man carry a knife. I don't care what kind of man you are. I don't care if you wear business suits and loafers. I don't care if you tie yourself a hippie and you wear tie-dye and cargo shorts and flip-flops. I still think you should have a knife in either one of those scenarios. I think a man should have a knife, period. My number one recommendation for that, for just about anybody, is a buck 110 slim. But that's not what today's episode is going to be about. See, when I was still the commander of a tactical team, and then later on when I was leading a team of tactical guys, I was experimenting with CQB tactics and knife fighting tactics as a supplemental to, we obviously had long guns. Well, maybe not obviously, but we had long guns, we had handguns, full-size fighting handguns. But I still wanted a day-to-day knife that would be a good fighting implement. I went through, and I still have two that I go back and forth on, but I've kind of settled if I had to pick one out of any knife that I have for everything, like it was the only knife I could ever carry again for the rest of my life, I think it will be this knife. It's good. It's a good blessing to me in the city. It's a good blessing to me in the country. It's a good size for a fighting implement. It's a good design for a fighting implement, though it wasn't designed for a fighting implement. But it's that good all-around size. I carry it in my pocket all the time. I work out with it all the time. It is light. It is handy. And it's still a formidable weapon. You're probably asking yourself, tell me what the knife is already. And keep in mind, I get no kickbacks from this. I paid my own money for this. I probably looked for a good deal on it, a good price on it, but I paid full price for it. And I've been carrying it for quite a while now. And this knife is a White River Firecraft 3.5. It's a fixed blade knife. I EDC it every day. The way that I do that is I don't remember how the sheath came, but I get what's called an ulti-clip. They're like $15. And I attach the ulti-clip to it. It slips in my pocket, and the way I carry it is that whatever pants I'm carrying, I lay it so that the handle lays against the seam. And it blends in pretty well. Like, if you're really looking, you could tell that I have a knife in my pocket, but almost nobody does that. It's, for all intents and purposes, concealed. But when I was, like I said, leading a tactical team, I wanted a good fighting implement that I could just grab. And a folding knife, yeah, they can be used, but they take time. And especially if you're fighting with the other hand, it might be hard to open. So I gravitated towards a fixed blade. And while I like my Tops Mini Tracker a lot, I think if I had to pick, I would pick the White River. It's a Firecraft. The one that I have is green and orange scaled handle. It's got a 3.5-inch blade. They make different sizes. And the one that I have is S35VN, which is, from what I understand, a powdered metallurgy steel. One of my favorite steels is S30V. I think this is a little bit of a step up. I don't know that I'm that much of a knife snob to be able to tell the difference, but it is ridiculously sharp. It is very handy, and you may have surmised from the name Firecraft, it is made to be used with a ferro rod. It comes with a very good ferro rod built right into the sheath, and I have started fires with it very easily. It is a great knife for that. It's kind of meant as a fieldcraft, bushcraft knife, and ironically, I think it's equally suited as a tactical knife and a fighting knife. I think it's a great size for that. It's very similar to the knife I carried in Iraq. It's got that good, I would say right around 4-inch. I guess it's 3.5 because that's what it says, but right around that 4-inch size, especially in combat. Although I was issued a K-bar and sometimes carried a K-bar and or a bayonet, I always had that little, I wouldn't say little, I guess medium size 4-inch blade often was on my plate carrier for fighting because it's light and it's handy. And it was easy to get to. Well, this one stays in my pocket now. It's good for starting fires. It's pretty much good for any task that you would want a knife for. You know, it's not a kukri, it's not a K-bar, but for an all-around knife, like I said, if I had to pick one, I think this would be the one of all the knives I've ever had that I would pick. Good stainless steel. It's a good size. It's a good solid knife. It's a brilliant design. It's good in the city and it's good in the country. And as it says in Deuteronomy 28, blessed shall you be in the city and blessed shall you be in the country. So again, that's the White River American-made Firecraft 3.5. I want to say thanks for listening. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a review of the podcast. If you want to check out more, go to goodshepherdtraining.com. Again, goodshepherdtraining.com. Thanks, men. Have a blessed day.